Reese Waller. Number 2, Ross Taylor. Number 3, Lee Bilcock. Number 4, Joe Gorman. Number 17, Kane Farrell. Number 6, and captain Nick Elliott. Number 7, Ricky Christie. Number 8, Gareth Hunt. Number 9, Abraham Easy. Number 10, Jaden Irish. And number 11, Matt Cooper. The substitutes for Biggleswade United: number 12, James Cooper. Number 14, Carlos Correa Diaz. Number 15, Zach Garfey. Number 5, Andrew Wedno. And number 16, Jay Taylor.
Hello and welcome to Biggleswade United's YouTube stream for the game between Biggleswade United and Wembley FC. Both teams are not in the best of form. Biggleswade United have only won 2 games in the last 10, whilst Wembley FC have not won away in 7 since mid-October. It's sure to be a cracking game here at Second Meadow on this brisk January afternoon. I am joined here by my co-commentator, Elliot Brown. What are your thoughts on how today is going to pan out?
Yeah, it should be a very interesting game today. Both teams are pretty equal at the moment, really. They both need the points. They're close to each other in the league. If Biggleswade can take the win today, they leapfrog them in the table. So, yeah, it can make or break it, really, from this point.
Yeah, it's definitely sure to be an interesting game as the referee tosses the coin for who's going to kick off. And it looks like Biggleswade United are going to kick off today's match as we approach kick-off. Jaden Irish standing over the ball, just waiting for the referee's whistle to get proceedings underway. And we're underway here at Second Meadow. As Abraham Easy challenging for the ball. Just out for a throw-in, safe for the Wembley FC point of view in their half. And Reese Waller is of course the keeper given the nod today, with the first choice keeper still injured. We all wish him a speedy recovery. And here's Gustavo Motta with a lovely ball out wide for Wembley FC, who have started the game quite brightly. And Gareth Hunt with a nice simple ball on the halfway line. What are your thoughts on the opening couple of minutes, Elliot?
Yeah, the two teams have just been establishing themselves at the moment. Biggleswade have had the possession so far. We're only a minute or so into the game at the moment. Both have tried a couple of long balls, but yeah, they're just trying to gain their ground at the moment.
Yeah, of course, as you rightly said, Biggleswade United can go in front of Wembley FC in the table today with a win, having played a game fewer than the visiting team. They have actually, Wembley FC, the top scorer in the league. Zayad Sabti, 23 goals in all competitions he has. With, what's the time? Just approaching the 3-minute mark here. Still 0-0 at Second Meadow. It's great work from Abraham Easy. Shouts for a penalty in the Wembley FC box. Ambitious ball from Nick Elliott, doesn't quite come off. As Kane Farrell, looks as though the ball went up on his hand, but referees seem to deem it as ball to hand rather than hand to ball, as it's safely back to the Biggleswade United keeper, Reece Voller. Slightly overplayed ball for Ross Taylor there, who couldn't quite keep it in. As Calvin Kassir is taking the throw for Wembley FC. And here's Gareth Hunt, usually so good in those situations. And Wembley FC are on the attack here. Lovely ball in the box. Headed clear by Lee Bilcock. Always and ever present at the back for Biggleswade United. And it's an awful ball. But they've got away with it. What was he thinking over there? Quite incredible. But he's spared his blushes by Reece Voller, keeper for the day for Biggleswade United. As it looks like Zayad Sabti is about to take this corner for Wembley FC. What are your thoughts on the way that ball was given away there?
Yeah, I mean, let's not dwell on the negative there, but the positive is that it's a fantastic save there. The keeper gets down really quickly, spreads himself, covers all the angles and does his job for the team.
As the corner came in,
A bit scrappy.
bit of pinball in the box. But again, Biggleswade United are let off the hook, with it coming just to a Biggleswade United goal kick. 5.5 minutes gone here at Second Meadow, still 0-0 between the two sides.
Referee, you didn't bring them out! You haven't brought them out!
As the referee appears to have lost his cards. Quite incredibly. You'd think it's the first thing that he'd put in his pockets, but clearly he's forgotten them. Quite amusing scenes here at Second Meadow. As players stopped for the time being, while this issue is trying to be resolved.
Don't get that in the Premier League, do you? Of course, Wembley are coming off of a 2-1 defeat to Leverstock Green at home, their last fixture out, which is the team that Biggleswade got their last win against. 5-2 at Second Meadow that game was. What a game that was as well.
Oh, it was, what a game. Abraham Easy, the number 9, got a hat-trick that day. Was unplayable. Perhaps could have even had more. Could have
quite easily
had 4 or 5. And Biggleswade United really did record a quite comprehensive victory in the end. As it looks as though play can be resumed now.
We prepare for a Reece Voller goal kick. and it's not too high, but it's far, and it's to Wembley FC.
Yeah, given away again though by Wembley FC, and Gareth Hunt, always calm and composed on the ball, lays it off. And here's Reece Voller again, seen quite a lot of the ball in these opening exchanges, hasn't he? With Jaden Irish trying to hold up the ball, but does so unsuccessfully.
Anyone would think he's come from Benfica's academy the way he's been using his feet today, Reece Voller.
Gone easy.
As Biggleswade United have a throw-in almost inside the final third of the Wembley FC half.
Good balling.
Nicely up to Ricky Christie. Jaden across into the box. Nick has the ball.
Oh! Good work by Matty.
Yeah, Matt Cooper, would you say only really a half chance there? Almost put Biggleswade United in front, which would be a dream start for the club. Going in front inside 10 minutes as Gareth Hunt is about to take this corner kick. Do you think he'll play it short here or more of an in-swinger?
I'm expecting an in-swinger here.
In-swinger.
But they have been known, but yeah, and it swings in. Ow! Nick almost got on the end of that there.
Shouts for another corner. Wembley FC are going mad, saying it should be a goal kick, but the referee does give a corner kick. First controversial decision of the day.
More of the same then. And it comes in again, same ball.
Headed clear by Wembley FC, and the counter-attack is on.
Well done, play.
With Calvin Cassaray, but he was stopped in his tracks quite brilliantly. And here is Calvin Cassaray again. Calvin Cassaray, I'm sorry. Cut out. And Biggleswade United look to win it in the final third, which they have done. Great pressing, but it's a poor ball from Ricky Christie, and he holds his hand up. He knows that he's better than that. Usually so good on the ball in these situations. And Wembley FC have a chance with the number 9 Adrian Dillon, but they don't take it. Second huge clear-cut chance they failed to take.
The goal was gaping there. The keeper came out to meet him, and the number 9 did well to get around him, but the shot was just wide of the left post there.
Yeah, perhaps should have done better, but Biggleswade United really are on the rocks at the moment. With Christian Colas, can't be too pleased with the way his team has started today. Would you put it down to a Christmas hangover?
I mean, I think it plays a part to a certain extent. The players get used to a bit of a rest break, but you know, fixtures in England aren't like everywhere else. We keep it going. We don't like to have a lot of time off because Christmas is a great tradition in this country.
But it is, and Kane Farrell has just nutmegged the number 10, Yassi Femi Gill, quite brilliantly, and the fans of Biggleswade United appreciated that one. As the referee appears to have given a Wembley FC free kick. Sorry, no, a throw-in. But it didn't appear to me to go out of play, which is the point that Kane Farrell was arguing. But Lee Bilcott looks to be a high foot there. Well won by Calvin Cassaray, but it's still with Wembley FC, with Zayad Sabti, the so dangerous Zayad Sabti, of course, with 23 goals this season. Now out wide to Calvin Cassaray, and here's that man again, Zayad Sabti, but good clearance from Nick Elliott. And Calvin Casaray on the ball, lays it off to Jonathan Eiley, who plays it into Gustavo Motta, who plays it back to Jonathan Eiley. The attack is building nicely for Wembley FC here. But Jonathan Eiley looks to take a shot, but it's blocked by Nick Elliott. As Abraham Easy looks to launch attack of his own for Biggleswade United.
Always just seems to be everywhere, doesn't he, Nick Elliott? Up the pitch and down the pitch, he runs more than anybody else. Gets a fair few blocks in, and of course he's got 9 goals this season already, which is Biggleswade United's second top goal scorer.
Yeah, he does pop up with a fair few goals from central midfield, and you're right, he is a great box-to-box player. You'd say he's got everything to his game. He's great at going forward, great at getting back. A real modern-day box-to-box midfielder. And this Jaden Irish has done very well.
He still has the ball. Christie presses for it.
It's lost, but it's won back, and the referee has seen something he doesn't like. It's a free kick for Wembley FC inside their own box. But that was more promising from Biggleswade United, with you'd say Wembley FC have perhaps had the better chances today so far, but that would certainly give Christian Colas and his team some encouragement moving forward. As the Wembley FC keeper Frankie Atwell looks to take this free kick, of course, not goal kick.
Just had quarter of an hour here in this game, and we'd like to take a special thank you to all the Top 11 fans that have tuned in. They've hosted our game on their platform today, and we're really excited with the partnership, and it's just providing more and more benefits as we go forward. And thank you to all of you that have tuned in.
Yeah, thank you very much. We really do appreciate it, and of course we've both played Top 11. It's a fantastic game if you want to have a go at managing the team yourself. I mean, if you speak to any manager, it's not an easy task, and it's great fun. So make sure you download it and see how you do managing your own team.
Give all of their social media platforms a like, and subscribe to their channels, and subscribe to ours as well.
Yeah, great content on all the social media platforms. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. As Wembley FC are playing in midfielders, there's a little tussle.
And a late challenge there from Nick Elliott causes them to go down. They had a bit of a scrap before that, didn't they?
Late challenge.
Red, maybe.
I mean, Nick Elliott has 7 yellow cards already this season in 24 games. So has to perhaps control that aggression, channel it. It's a great part of his game, great facet to his game, but he really must control it and use it in a positive manner.
Yeah.
As this free kick could be launched into the box. Do you think it will be just played 5 yards sideways, or do you think they'll launch it into the box?
They've put a few fair men forward. There's 4 currently in sort of the long range positions, but he's got a lot of options here, but they seem to be moving more into their attacking third, so I'd imagine a long ball is what we're going to see here. That's exactly what it is, and it comes in, cleared by Joe Gorman, put back into the mixer and out again.
It was, and here's Ricky Christie looking to launch an attack, but unfortunately has been lost in midfield as Zayed Sabti tries to launch an attack for Wembley FC, but loses it, and it's forward to Jaden Irish with a lovely touch on his thigh as Kane Farrell looks to maraud forward as he loves to do, and he tries to play an Abraham Easy but doesn't quite come off.
They might be punished if they give Kane Farrell that much space in the future. He really did have whole half a pitch to just blaze into, and he took the gap.
As Ryan Christie looked to get on the end of that cross, but unfortunately couldn't, as Wembley FC looked to get this attack going. Good tackle from Kane Farrell, good pressing, and Zayed Sabti gives it away. But then, likewise, it is given away by the captain, Nick Elliott.
You may be wondering where the usual Cameron Hazard is on the commentator team, but I'm stepping in for him today. He's back at home in Inverness We have a break from university at the moment, so he's up there enjoying his time off after the Christmas holiday period, and hopefully he'll be back soon with his charm and his charisma.
Yeah, no, I've heard he's very much enjoying his time. Hope not too much, but yeah, no, fear not, he will be back soon enough, and I will be joining him as a co-commentator rather than the role I'm in today. So we'll be back to normal soon enough. All our fans, do not worry. As number 2 Ross Taylor has done quite well there to win it in the final third, and playing Abraham Easy, it doesn't quite, but it has come to Abraham Easy, who gets the shot off, but it's blocked, and Gareth Hunt mops up, but it's a little bit careless from the usually quite brilliant Gareth Hunt.
We're just approaching 20 minutes now, heading into the 19th, still 0-0. Of course, it's not often that you see Biggleswade United with the least sort of amount of possession. We're being kept in our own half at the moment. Wembley are one of the only teams to do that to us really this season at home, and we do normally command the tempo of the play. So it's interesting to see a team that are playing off the counter and hitting those channels. Jaden's done a great job at holding the ball up, sort of getting everybody else in the ball, as we're seeing here.
And Jaden Irish back to Gareth Hunt, who this time is more precise with his pass, and it's out to Ross Taylor. Abraham Easy turns well, back to Ross Taylor and back to Abraham Easy, who might look to get a cross in here or take on his man, which he's capable of doing, but he wins a throw and they settle for the throw in, which Ross Taylor will take. And it's a good ball in. No, it's a corner, which I'm sure Biggleswade United will take. I'm sure they'll settle for that, as
so let's hear your predictions for the first goal scorer of this game. We'll see if you can comment in the comment section of this page. Who do you think will score the first goal? Who will break the deadlock?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few candidates, but make sure you comment your prediction below. So I think it'll be Abraham Easy, but a good score here, and great effort from Joe Gorman, but perhaps should have done better with the goal gaping. Only a matter of perhaps 10 yards out, but again, better from Biggleswade United.
Anybody who's quick with their hands there and got Joe in quickly would have been screaming 5 seconds after the questionnaire.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you would have certainly done well to predict him if he had scored, but of course he didn't. Still 0-0 here at Second Meadow with 20 minutes gone, as the keeper from Wembley FC, Frankie Atwell, takes the goal kick, and it's launched forward from Wembley FC to Adrian Dinham, but fails to win the ball. And now Ross Taylor looks to play a long ball up top. Jaden Irish looks to bring it down, which he's managed to win a throw in. Done very well there, as it looked like he was being outnumbered by Wembley FC players. It looks like Ross Taylor will take the throw in and play a lovely ball across, but has completely missed the ball from Wembley FC, which means Biggleswade United still do have the ball. A slip there by Christie.
Sometimes
and now
you wonder whether Biggleswade should just take a few more long shots like that. You know, we try and walk it into the goal sometimes and get very close and get some great chances, but we should force the keeper into a few more saves like that. You know, we haven't really got a test of him yet.
Yeah, I think we should, and of course Gareth Hunt is one of those that does take that responsibility and does shoot from range, and hence why he has scored so many goals this season from central midfield. And here's Jaden Irish looking to turn his man, but he's won a free kick high up the pitch for Biggleswade United. But this is better after a perhaps sluggish start from Biggleswade United.
Momentum is building, you can see it. You know, Jaden's a big part of that there. It's been so great to see him this season build into that role, and he's gone up further across the pitch, and he's taken it in his stride, and he really holds it up well for his size, and he's a big asset to this team.
Yeah, no, he is, and Gareth Hunt is going to take the free kick with that wonderful right foot of his. Won the header, and Christie! Oh!
coming into this.
Yeah, and as the chairman of the club, Chris Lewis, has just said, Biggleswade United are coming into this game a lot more now, and I would be inclined to agree with him.
Always happy to contribute.
And here is the number 8 from Wembley FC, Gustavo Mosher, playing it back as they look to launch another attack. Jonathan Eiley is now on the ball. Back to Donald Castro Javier.
We've had a number of celebrations at the club recently. Not only has it been our Secretary Tracy's birthday recently, happy birthday to her again for that, but it's also been our Chairman Chris's 4-year anniversary at the club.
Yeah, we'd like to wish Chris a massive congratulations and a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
To
Anniversary, sorry.
to Tracy. Yeah, that's what. So yeah, it's for the confusion. We don't need to say the age, but we want to wish Tracy a very happy birthday, who is celebrating her 21st birthday. And here it is in midfield for Wembley FC, and here is that danger man again, Zayad Sabti, who Biggleswade United will have to keep a close eye on today, with Kane Farrell winning the ball back as Frankie Atwell has just cleared the ball upfield, but unfortunately given away a throw-in in the process. As the number 6 Donald Castro Javier is taking the throw-in. I hope I pronounced that right because he's just in front of me here. But it's now a Biggleswade United throw-in with Kane Farrell taking it, and a lovely drop of the shoulder there from Gareth Hunt. That is quite incredible.
How's the fan club going then, Matt? The Gareth Hunt fan club. Has it been getting momentum recently? I know you set it up a couple of months ago, and you do love to promote that fan club.
Yeah, it has. I mean, I think he's fabulous. He's got such great technique, that player. And look at him running back now, getting back into position.
Of course, if anyone wants to join that fan club, it's £40 for the year subscription. Matt gets you a badge, you get your little goodie bag.
Yeah, I would like to reiterate that my co-commentator Elliot Brown is joking there. Of course, there is no fan club, but I'm sure you'll all agree at home Gareth Hunt is a fantastic player. As number 5 Joe Gorman is on the ball, looking to get it clear upfield, which he has done of sorts, but it's given away in the process. With the number 9 having another chance, Adrian Dinham, but given away as Nick Elliott has shanked the life out of that ball. Gareth Hunt has given it away. There's a little bit of pinball. No one can hold on to it for more than 2 seconds. Oh, but coming together there, which looked perhaps worse than it was. Yeah. Could have gone either way, but the referee has given Wembley FC a free kick.
I mean, that looked pretty bad. You wouldn't be surprised if both of them stayed down for 10-20 seconds, but they both got up within 1 or 2.
Yeah, and it's great to see, isn't it? You don't like to see players rolling around.
Made of tough stuff, these players.
They are, and it's great because there's so many kids here today. You don't want to see players. I'm sure there's kids watching at home rolling around. Great role models, these players, for the next generation. As the captain for Wembley FC, Yassine Femi Gill, is looking to take this free kick. With Wembley FC have many players up for this free kick. It's launched in, but it's well won, and Jaden Irish will look to get the attack going, but it's back with Wembley FC, and Nick Elliott has won it and kept it, which of course he's so good at doing, and it's looked to be played into Ricky Christie. Jonathan Eiley on the ball at the moment for Wembley FC, but he's lost it. And here's that number 9, hopefully not still ruining that missed chance he had, where he had the goal gaping. It almost looked easier to score, but I wouldn't want to say that, because of course he did have the keeper still to beat, but it really was a fantastic chance, and perhaps you might not get a better one all game.
Of course, we are just approaching the half an hour mark now. It's still 0-0, just heading into the 28th minute.
And what have your thoughts been on the opening half an hour?
It's been quite a dynamic game so far. It's very different to the nature that was in the first sort of 10 minutes. I think Biggleswade have done well defensively to not let the attacks sort of count up, because Wembley put together quite a few now, and we've had a couple up there, but all in all I'd say 0-0 was probably fair at the moment. I wouldn't say that either team has done quite enough to get that first goal yet.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. And as the number 3, Lee Bilcock, is moving forward from centre back, and he's staying up. So at the moment, Biggleswade United have only got 3 defenders at the back. He's almost playing as a second centre forward. Don't quite know what the thinking behind that is, but it's obviously something the manager Christian Colas has told him to do at points in the game, and he is getting back now. Lee Bilcock getting back right into position, and he has to, because Wembley FC are on the attack with Jonathan Eiley. Gareth Hunt will have to do well to keep him from going past him, but he hasn't. He's gone past him perhaps a bit too easily there. And Jonathan Eiley has still got it, looking to beat Gareth Hunt once again, which he did successfully a first time, and he has almost done it successfully a second time. And that ball could have looped anywhere, but it's gone out for a Wembley FC corner. Which the number 7 for Wembley FC, Zayad Sabti, will look to take and put in a quality delivery here.
What do you think of that decision there, having the leading goal scorer in the whole division across all comps taking the goalness? What do you think?
Yeah, it's this interesting choice. It's not always the best choice, as it is swung in, but too heavy, and it's out for a Biggleswade United goal kick. But yeah, just on that corner point, it's obviously a decision which the manager feels at Wembley FC that he's the best corner taker.
I heard that the Wembley FC coach did his badges with Roy Hodgson, so maybe that's the reason.
Of course, we always remember that famous Euro 2016 when Harry Kane was taking the corners. But no, sometimes the top scorer does. I mean, I remember Robin van Persie for Manchester United occasionally took the corners. Not occasionally, all the time for Arsenal and Man United. So it does happen, as Ross Taylor shepherds the ball out to win Biggleswade United a throw-in just shy of the halfway line. Abraham Easy looks to hold it up, who's been, by his standards, fairly quiet today so far, but of course plenty of time for that to change. Still an hour to play. There's another throw-in for Biggleswade United. Many of you are watching back home, enjoying the stream. Thank you very much. Continue to comment, like, enjoy, as it's given away. And the number 7 Zayed Sabti, top scorer, had a great chance, but it's blocked.
I'm not sure he's had a shot so far in this game that hasn't been blocked.
Yeah, not quite showing the ability that his numbers suggest, but again, still time for him, as he gives it away right on cue to Kane Farrell. Jaden Irish is holding it up, lovely turn, and he's waiting for a runner. We've got Kane Farrell one side, Ricky Christie the other side. Unfortunately chooses neither and gives it away, with Calvin Cassaray on the ball now, looking to get an attack for Wembley FC going. And here's Joe Gorman safely back to Reece Fowler.
So brilliant that he just uses his strength, gets an arm in there, gives himself a yard of space, a couple more seconds to make that decision, and he had 2 great options there on the left and on the right, and unfortunately neither of them were just quick enough, and the opportunity passed and he chose neither, as he said.
Yeah, no, he did, but here's Jonathan Eiley on the ball, but it's given away in midfield, as it looked like there would have been a foul there. Referee looks like he's playing advantage. Remains to be seen if Biggleswade United will in fact make use of that advantage, as Nick Elliott is back on the ball with a good cross, but there's no one to meet the end of that cross, as Ross Taylor brings it down from the sky, kills the ball dead, and it's now back to Lee Bilcock, who is playing in his normal position of centre half now, rather than a number 9, with Kane Farrell being a little bit sloppy on the ball and not quite taking enough time on his pass, and unfortunately giving it away for a Wembley FC throw-in deep inside their own half. And Jonathan Eiley is taking the throw. No, sorry, not Jonathan Eiley. And it's one back. Gareth Hunt plays it into Matt Cooper. And it's now with Ross Taylor on the left-hand side of the pitch. With the ball in, which again can't find anyone. And that has been, unfortunately, a recurring theme. The crosses haven't quite been good enough today from Biggleswade United.
Just a little bit low, just not quite beating that first man each time from the corners and from play as well. Yeah, they're a little bit too short.
Yeah, it was great play there from Nick Elliott, and Gareth Hunt skipped past one, but he's gone down, and he's not given us a free kick. And the Biggleswade United fans and players alike cannot understand why it was not given.
Now that is controversial.
Nick Elliott wins it back and plays it into Gareth Hunt, who has just looked to have been fouled, but seems alright. Plays it back to Nick Elliott, who will look to get a ball in, but unfortunately he's just crowded out. But he's still got it, and he plays it into Ricky Christie, and this time the referee does blow for a foul for Biggleswade United, and the game is really sizzling up into a cracker as the Biggleswade United players look to take this free kick, and it looks as though Matt Cooper is the one shouldered with the responsibility of this free kick. And let's hope it is a good ball in. You thinking a in-swinger or little pass to the edge of the box? What are you thinking?
Yeah, in-swinger again, I think. But we don't have too many men on that near post there. They're all towards the back, so probably a long one.
Need a deep cross. Ball is put in and is met, but not well enough. And it's again somewhat controversially given as a Wembley FC goal kick rather than a Biggleswade United corner.
Arguably the best look of the game there for Biggleswade United, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, that's both centre-backs now. Lee Bilcock has had a great chance with his head, and as has Joe Gorman. Perhaps should have a goal apiece, as Frankie Atwell is taking this goal kick for Wembley FC. Here's Abraham Easy, always a willing runner, but unfortunately Wembley FC have regained possession, and it's now they now look to launch an attack of their own.
Well done, Nick.
Jaden Irish looks to get the ball. Was he fouled?
Oh,
referee
wow.
says nothing
That is
doing.
impressive.
Jonathan Eiley looked to have fouled him there, but he managed to regain possession, and he's taking on his man, but settles for I was going to say Biggleswade United corner kick. I'm not sure if it's a throw in though. It's hard to tell from our seating position. Is actually a Biggleswade United throw in, as Ricky Christie takes a tumble.
Little drop of the
John
shoulder
Irish,
too
and
far.
Abraham Easy with a header, but it's a good save from Frankie Atwell. Easily the closest Biggleswade United have come to getting the first goal of the game and breaking the deadlock. And it's another corner for Biggleswade United.
There's dropping the shoulder and then there's that. I mean, that was all the way backwards.
Yeah, I think he must have just lost his footing. I mean, there hasn't been any rain today, as Gareth Hunt looks to take this corner with that wonderful right foot of his, and they lost it, but screams of a counter-attack as Wembley FC look to get going, but Kane Farrell covers well, always calm and composed at the back.
And we're 37 minutes in here now, just heading into the 38th.
Ross Taylor heads forward, but given away to number 10, Femi Gill, as Biggleswade United claim it's their throw-in, but it is given as a Wembley FC throw-in. And throw-in's taken inside Biggleswade United's half. As the number 11, Calvin Casseret takes on his man, puts in a ball which is not the best ball, but managed to regain possession, have Wembley FC. And now Biggleswade United look to get an attack going, but the referee blows up, pulls the play back for a Biggleswade United free kick, which Joe Gorman takes. And here's Ross Taylor to Abraham Easy, who does well, wins a free kick high up the pitch for his team, and everyone can just take a breather. It's been quite a high energy, taxing game for everyone, don't you think?
Yeah, it's been a very high tempo and it's been fierce. It's had a lot, apart from goals, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been an entertaining 0-0 so far. Both teams will be looking to break the deadlock.
Yeah, what do you think Christian Collas will say to his team when they go into half-time if the score remains the same?
If the score remains the same, I think he'll be looking to tell them to play it more along the carpet. Don't need to launch loads of balls forward in the air. He likes to play in and around. So certainly more passing together, as the ball was floated in, but unfortunately no Biggleswade United head was on the end of it, as Nick Elliott unfortunately could not produce a cross of quality, and it's now a Wembley FC goal kick.
It's an interesting point that you make there about the long balls, because the Biggleswade team are considerably shorter than the Wembley team, so you'd think that the long balls wouldn't work in the long term. So maybe putting it across the carpet, as you say, would be a better thing. If we've got slightly more agile players, slightly quicker players, try and play to your strengths rather than try and play to the strengths of the opposition.
Yeah, you've got to just let the ball do the work, out past them, play it along the floor, which I'm sure Christian Collas will be drumming into his players at half-time. As Abraham Easy looks to start the high press, really was going after the Wembley FC player there, as Joe Gorman looks to remain composed here and shepherd the ball out, as it is now a Biggleswade United goal kick. Reece Voller is looking to take it. 40 minutes played here, still 0-0 at Second Meadow if you're just joining us. Has been a fantastic game, both teams have had chances. 5 minutes to go until half time, plus whatever the referee decides to add on in terms of injuries and stoppages, which there hasn't been many actually. It's been a game that's flowed very well with very minimal stoppages, as it's played into the number 4, Georgie Martini. Unfortunately loses it, as Nick Elliott looks to launch an attack for Biggleswade United. Ross Taylor marauding forward from right back, plays a ball in the channel for Abraham Easy, but cleared by Wembley FC out the stadium. So it looks like it's as I've just been informed, it's into the farm next door, so maybe some of the cows will have a kickabout with that ball.
Any American fans amongst you on this top 11 page might class as a home run if you're an MLB fan.
Yeah, exactly. It's cleared that, completely cleared the fence, so almost could even be a home run, or as you say, a conversion in rugby for all those UK fans watching. As Kane Farrell heads it upfield to his opposite fullback Ross Taylor, and here's Matt Cooper looking to hold it up, but unfortunately loses it to Geordie Montini again, but has gone down in a heap. As the referee stops play for the injury to Matt Cooper. We hope it's nothing too serious. He's getting to his feet now, and it looks like he'll be able to continue.
A couple of chants there from the dogs around the stadium.
As the referee will look to get play back underway with a drop ball, but he's dropped it out of his hands, so we'll have another go. And here's the referee, not doing perhaps so well today. I mean, he won't like me for saying this because I might see him after the game, but he forgot his cards, and now unfortunately dropped it out of his hands as it's played back to the Wembley FC keeper, Frankie Atwell, who is shouting orders to his team to get up the pitch.
I think you could probably argue that this is one of the more lenient refs that we've had this season. He's let a lot of calls go, hasn't he? There's been quite a few controversial moments which have been allowed to play on. Both teams have had complaints at different points in the matches. And,
yeah, he has. He's I was going to say kept his cards in his pockets, but he hasn't unfortunately got any cards to keep in his pockets. So, but he has been rather lenient, like you say, as Lee Bilcott brings it down to his centre-back partner, Joe Gorman. It's played forward towards Ricky Christie, who screams for handball, and it's given by the referee. Biggleswade United have a free kick in a dangerous position just before half-time. 44 minutes played here, still 0-0. But a great opportunity here for Biggleswade United to break the deadlock and go in to the break with a 1-0 lead. And of course they say it is the best time to score, don't they, Elliot?
They do say that. I was about to say exactly the same thing myself. It would be a great time to score here, to take that lead into the dressing room. And yeah, how many injury time minutes do you think will be added on?
Well, as I was just saying before, I mean, the game has flowed quite well. There's been a few free kicks, but in terms of injuries and stoppages, there hasn't been too much. So I would argue the case of just a minute would be sufficient. But we'll have to see. In a matter of seconds, we'll know the amount of time to be added on for injuries and stoppages, as Gareth Hunt and Nick Elliott are standing over the ball, with Nick Elliott walking away and leaving it to his midfield partner, Gareth Hunt. And it's lofted in by the wonderful right foot of Gareth Hunt, but it's cleared by Wembley FC. Unfortunately cannoned off the Biggleswade United player, so it's not a corner, it is a Wembley FC goal kick.
We have seen some cracking free kicks from Gaz Hunt over the past year or so, this season and last season. Last season he scored a great long range one from about 30 yards out, and we know he's capable of it, so it sort of begs the question, you know, sometimes just have a pop from there.
Yeah, I mean, he could have shot from there. It's perhaps a bit far out, that one, but you're right, he might need to trust himself a bit more, have a bit more confidence in himself, because he really is a fantastic talent that we're lucky to have at this club. And Jonathan Eiley plays it inside to Sabti, the very dangerous Sabti. Back to Jonathan Eiley, and back again to Jonathan Eiley, who might look to have a shot here. So he's gone round Gareth Hunt, he's gone round another one, he's gone round another one! And we could have seen one of the great Spartan League goals there, but unfortunately it did come to nothing for Wembley FC. Jaden Irish looks to keep it in, but it couldn't do. And on that note, the referee has decided he's seen enough of this half, and it's Biggleswade United 0, Wembley FC 0 here at Second Meadow. Join us again for the second half as we get our final thoughts on how the opening 45 minutes went from Elliot Brown. What are your thoughts on the opening 45 minutes?
I thought it had everything really. It was quite a dynamic 45 minutes. I think Biggleswade went through periods where they were stuck in their own half and it was a real struggle to get out, and like you said, the ball was being turned over every 5 seconds. It was tricky to keep hold of that possession at times, but they did well. They launched some long balls up to Jaden Irish. He held up well, he helped the runners. We had quite a few chances from corners and crosses in, but like you said earlier as well, some of the qualities of those crosses just weren't up to it today. And Wembley FC, funnily enough, most of their chances came from quite direct play, and they weren't really crossing for that many at all. So interesting tactics, and we'll be interested to see how Christian reacts to that, what he'll say to his team, and how they come out in the second half.
Yeah, join us again for the second half. It's sure to be a cracker. See you in 15.
What's that?
25
Likes. I tell my phone so that it doesn't automatically lock now, so it's going to stay on the whole time. So it keeps unlocking.
And thank you again for joining the YouTube channel for Biggleswade United for this second half, as it's about to get underway and the referee is going to blow his whistle to get the second 45 minutes underway. I would like to apologise first because the referee did not in the first half forget his cards. It was actually the spare bag of balls he forgot, so sorry for that misunderstanding, as the star man Sabti is standing over the ball now, just jogging on the spot, keeping himself warm. Don't want those muscles getting cold. And we are underway now, played back to the Wembley FC defence, and it's launched upfield, but should be simple enough for Joe Gorman to clear, and it is, but he unfortunately has cleared it out of play, and it's a Wembley FC throw-in. And here's Nick Elliott trying to use his strength, power and technique to get away from 4 Wembley FC players, which he has done, but unfortunately was able to find the pass into a Biggleswade United player, I'm sorry. And Joe Gorman was going to take the throw in, but has given it to his teammate Ross Taylor, who's going to look to find Abraham Easy. She has done, but here's the captain, Yassi Femi Gill, on the ball, who passes it to Calvin Kasserai, who's back to Femi Gill, and back to Kasserai, having a game of their own here. And here's number 5, Calvin Osborne, for the Wembley FC defence. And here's Biggleswade United with Kane Farrell on the ball, going to take this throw in as we come over dark here at Second Meadow. The ball put in, but again lacking quality, which has been a recurring theme all day, the crosses into the box, haven't they?
They have indeed, yeah. It's been interesting to see the way that the two teams have utilised the crossing, especially since, as we said in the first half, that Wembley are the much bigger team. You'd think that they're the ones that be using that sort of tactic, getting the ball to their heads, but Biggleswade seem to be thinking that that's their best way of scoring at the moment, and to be fair, it has looked like it.
Yeah, well, it has, and you're right, you'd think Wembley FC, with the size of them, would cross more, but it's been the opposite. Biggleswade have, at every opportunity, been looking to get as many crosses into the box as possible, with Ricky Christie right on cue, putting another cross into the box as Abraham Easy looks to win it, but unfortunately there's just too many Wembley FC players and they win it, looking to get a counter-attack of their own, but the captain for Wembley FC, Femi Gill, has given it away as it looked to come up his leg and he completely miscontrolled the ball, and it's now given as a Biggleswade United throw-in.
Stared down at the ground, didn't he? As soon as it happened, he wondered what had happened, seeing if anything else had affected that touch, but no, it was just a bad touch, and a good worksman never blames his tools. Yeah, exactly, trying to blame the pitch, but it's always in pristine condition here at Second Meadow. Groundsmen do a fantastic job, with Ross Taylor looking to win the ball back, which he has done, and get another ball into the box just over the head of Ricky Christie, with Nick Elliott looking to regain possession, pass it back to Ricky Christie, who gets another ball in, but is blocked, and Nick Elliott has another cross into the box, which is about the 4th of this half already, and has only had 3 minutes gone, and it is a Wembley FC goal kick with 48 minutes played here at Second Meadow. Still 0-0. Joe Gorman to his centre back partner Lee Bilcock, to the
ever-present Kane Farrell marauding forward, as he loves to do, and looks to get another cross into the box, and this time it is a better cross, and they have met the cross, but unfortunately did not guide it into the bottom corner, which they look to have done, but they have got a corner for their troubles, with Gareth Hunt looking to take this corner as an in-swinger. What did you make of that attack?
Yeah, I think we've got a new best chance of the game so far. That was very close. It was about, what, a foot left of that post there.
Yeah, it was a matter of centimetres, wasn't it? As Gareth Hunt whips the ball in, and it's going to meet the head, and it's a goal! And Joe Gorman has put Biggleswade United in front with a powerful header. Quite incredible. Biggleswade United 1, Wembley FC 0.
What a finish that was as well. Joe Gorman has been known to score a few goals from set pieces like that. There was one game just before Christmas where he got 2 in the same game, and man of the match, deservedly so. But no, that was a beautiful header there. He guided it right into the top there.
Right into the very, very top corner. No keeper in the world would save that. And it's a goal that his performance deserves, perhaps.
And it was coming, you could say.
It was coming. Biggleswade United certainly were the more likely of the two teams, as that first half ended and the second half started in a similar vein, and now, as a reflection of that, have got the goal in front to break the deadlock. And Wembley FC have a free kick just inside their own half. They look now to level up, as they are behind again away from home. Of course, as we said at the top of the programme, they have not won away since mid-October for 7 games. Abraham Easy is looking to show his pace here and get the better of the number 5, Calvin Osborne. And it looks like he had, but he unfortunately fouled the Wembley FC player, who perhaps went down too easily. But it is given as a Wembley FC free kick, with Frankie Atwell looking to take this free kick.
I mean, Osborne was turned into a Beyblade there from Abraham Easy. He was spinning and spinning and spinning. You could argue whether he was doing that himself or whether he was actually pushed, but it didn't look like that much contact was made. I would argue that it was a self-made Beyblade there in that situation.
And here is a throw-in for Wembley FC. Jonathan Ivey launches it forward to Adrian Dinham, the big number 9 for Wembley FC. And it's won again by Biggleswade United. Nick Elliott looks to play a ball into Abraham Easy, who's managed to keep it in and take on his man that he just fouled before, but it's cleared out of the stadium again by Wembley FC. And let's hope the referee this half has remembered his balls, because he need a spare ball for that clearance, which we have got now. The ball situation is resolved, one might say. And here is a throw-in for Biggleswade United, which is played into Abraham Easy. Back to Ross Taylor, who gets another cross in the box, which is slightly over Ricky Christie's head again, which seems to be a recurring theme. But of course, the goal has come from a cross, well, from a corner, but from a ball into the box, and it's a fantastic cross again, which was met this time by Matt Cooper, but a fantastic save from Frankie Atwell in the Wembley FC goal.
It was funny, really, because we were talking about the frequency of crosses between the two teams just before that goal went in, and we were saying that Wembley had the taller players than Biggleswade. But as we were saying in the first half as well, Bilcock got up quite a lot as a centre forward, and Gorman obviously liked his chances too.
As this corner's played in, Abraham Easy's looking to take a shot, and it's hit the bar! Absolutely incredible effort from Abraham Easy, but unfortunately wasn't that 2 centimetres lower that shot needed to be.
We really could have had our January goal of the month right here, right now, if that had gone in, because there is nothing that's going to beat that.
Yeah, it really was an incredible effort. And for all of those of you, as we told you to do in the first half, to predict your first goal scorer, for all those of you that did say Joe Gorman, massive congratulations. And give yourselves a pat on the back. Comment below, who's going to get the next goal? Will it be Biggleswade United? Will it be Wembley FC? Tell us what minute you think it will be and which player will score it. As Ross Taylor is on the ball, but it's given as a Wembley FC throw-in. They're taking the throw-in deep inside their own half, Wembley FC, with Gustavo Motta on the ball. Played forward to the dangerous Zayad Sabti. It's now out wide to the winning runner of Jonathan Eiley. But one back, Biggleswade United, and Ricky Christie is looking to get another attack launch, with Jaden Irish looking to hold it up, turn his man, and get Biggleswade United on the front foot again. But no, it's a throw-in to Wembley FC. Here's the captain Yassi Femi Gill on the ball. Zayad Sabti looking to switch the play, which he does just about, and it's now come out wide to Calvin Cassaray. He plays a neat 1-2, tries to play a neat 1-2, but it's well cut out by Biggleswade United. Lovely touch there by Jaden Irish. And here's the number 11, Matt Cooper, who had that golden opportunity, which was brilliantly saved by the Wembley FC keeper, Frankie Atwell. And here's Abraham Easy taking on his man. There's a bit of a tussle going on. The referee looks like he's reaching into his pocket. Of course, we've had one yellow card already today for Wembley FC. Let's see. Looks like he's booking Abraham Easy. And it didn't look like a booking to me, but he has gone into the referee's notebook. Did you think that was a booking, Elliot?
I'll be honest, Jeff, I missed it.
I do apologise, my co-commentator missed that incident. But certainly for me, it was not a booking. Comment below, was that a booking for Abraham Easy?
Yellow card? You sure?
And again, I would like to apologise about my co-commentator. Mr. Cameron Hazard will be back very shortly. There's many of you commenting saying, where is my favourite commentator, Cameron Hazard? But as I said, rest assured, don't worry, you can sleep easy. It's just a couple of weeks break. He'll be back very, very soon. And it's cut out by Matt Cooper, but it looks like he was fouled in the process of that. But referee has seen nothing untoward with that, and it's a Wembley FC throw-in. Calvin Cassaray on the ball, and now he's fouled by Nick Elliott, and he's also going to be booked by the referee, who this half has shown no hesitation of reaching into his pocket and showing yellow cards. That's 2 in 2 minutes for Biggleswade United, as Nick Elliott picks up his 8th yellow card of the season. And the dangerous Zayad Sabti is going to look to take this free kick. Referee just jogging back into a position where he can see if anything controversial happens. Zayad Sabti takes a free kick, rather hit his player on the head rather than found him. But the counter-attack is on here, with Christie playing it to Jaden Irish, but it's given us offside. Looked level to me from the naked eye, but of course the fourth officials and the linesmen know what they're doing. All fantastic and FA qualified in this league, so they know best. They've been qualified. As I pass you over to Elliot Brown for his thoughts on the opening 13 minutes of this half.
Yeah, it's been a good 30 minutes so far. We've seen a lot of Biggleswade chances and obviously a goal as well, which is something that Christian will be delighted about. And defensively, they've been looking pretty sound as well. I think that Biggleswade will be the ones really, really happy with this half, obviously taking the lead. But Wembley is still dangerous. They have threats and they have the league's top goal scorer, so you know you can't ever count your chickens before they hatch with that. I was just going to say as well, on the subject of the referees and the linesmen, as you said, in the last week or so we've seen the introduction of the VAR systems in professional football. What's your take on that?
We have, yeah. I mean, obviously it's not quite here yet at Biggleswade United. Hopefully we get it at some point in the future. But the VAR seems to be working well. Of course, it doesn't completely eradicate the controversy of decisions, which some fans argue is good, because that's part of the game. We all love talking about these controversial decisions, but anything that can help the referees, which have such a hard job anyway, I think is good for the game. So VAR can only be positive, as the Wembley FC keeper takes the free kick, launches it upfield, but it's now a free kick to Biggleswade United of their own, which Gareth Hunt will look to take. Plays a simple ball to Kane Farrell, but no, referee wasn't happy. The free kick was taken too quickly for his liking, so it's going to be retaken. Lee Bilcock is going to take it. No, it's Reece Voller that's going to take it and look to get Biggleswade United into an attack further up the pitch. Here is Reece Voller taking the free kick, which is played towards Ricky Christie. Gareth Hunt is going to engage the number 10, Femi Gill, the captain. But Wembley FC still have it, and here's Femi Gill again. He plays it inside. It's now out wide for Wembley FC with Calvin Kasserai, who looks to take on his men, and Abraham Easy. Abraham Easy has been booked, remember. And the Wembley FC players are reminding the referee that he's been booked, surrounding him, and now the Biggleswade United players are not happy with that, and a scrap is being played out onto the pitch. We do not like these scenes at all, and the referee is just giving himself a second to think, going to talk to his linesman as to what he's going to do here, as it all got very, very unsavoury in that situation. Looks as though it is calming down now, but the referee still, of course, got to make that decision on Abraham Easy, but possibly any other players might be yellow carded or sent off, and he's just giving himself a minute to talk to his assistants and linesmen as to what he will do here. And it looks as though Abraham Easy is going to be let off with a final warning from the referee. He's not going to be sent off, although Gareth Hunt has been yellow carded. Didn't quite see what for. Must have been something that was said or he did in the melee of all that incident, all those incidents. And the captain of Biggleswade United, Nick Elliott, is now talking to the referee to try and regain some sort of order on this game, which is bubbling up nicely. Of course, we've had the one goal, but now, of course, it's got very unsavoury.
Just admit you don't know what you're doing. Get with it. It's freezing over here.
And the chance in the crowd is to the referee that you don't know what you're doing, as he issues another yellow card to another Biggleswade United player, Lee Bilcock, the latest player to go in the book. That is the fourth Biggleswade United player this half, and he's got to be careful here because he could talk his way into getting sent off. Looks like we are going to get play back underway after that long stoppage, with Zayad Sabti looking to take this free kick. Some 64 minutes played, 1-0 Biggleswade United. It's not Zayad Sabti, it's Yassine Femi Gil that's going to take this free kick. Look to loft the ball into the box, and he is taking it. And it's not a great ball, it doesn't clear the first man. And I think that challenge from Abraham Easy must just be frustration. He hasn't had a lot of chances today, has he? And what do you think? Moment of madness from Abraham Easy? Do you think he's still lucky to be on the pitch?
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. It was a nice bit of skill as well from the opposition player. He did cut in onto the other foot, and Abraham Easy obviously got up to pace, caught up with him, and thought that the ball was going to be on the right hand side, and swiped his legs out instead.
Yeah, he did. And as the play continues in the Wembley FC half, but they've regained possession as Jonathan Eiley is on the ball, plays it forward towards Adrian Dinham. Sorry, that wasn't Jonathan Eiley, that was Mumtini. And here's Gareth Hunt, who again has to be careful because he's also on a yellow card. Abraham Easy looks to challenge for the ball. Femi Gil takes it down with seemingly a lot of time there. No one engaged him. So Christian Colas will not be happy about that. But now it's safely in the Biggleswade United's keeper's hand, Reece Voller, and he's looking to hold on to it for as long as he can, just to regain a bit of calm to this game, which is looking that it could have got out of control.
And we've just entered the 21st minute here of the second half, so we're approaching the 3/4 of the game now. Just into the 65th minute. 1-0. What do you think Christian's thinking in terms of substitutions?
Yeah, it's 1-0, and this is usually where he likes to bring on a substitute, and it right on cue looks like one is getting ready. Will it be Ahmed Abbey? Will it be James Cooper? Will it be Zach Garfi? Or perhaps for Wembley FC, Ahmed Abbey, I apologise, or Joshua Bonds? We'll have to wait and see, as a substitute I'm hearing is imminent, with a player for Biggleswade United down, as it looks to be Ricky Christie, although I'll get that confirmed with you in just a moment.
Do you think Christian will be looking to take off those players with yellow cards to limit the risk of, going down a man?
Yeah, I think that's always a sensible thing to do, isn't it? Players been booked, you take them off to prevent them getting that red card, and of course missing the next game, which will never be good.
Which is home to Welwyn Garden City this Tuesday. Get down to Second Meadow if you want to come and see that. £6 for an adult, £3 for a concession. If you have a season ticket for any EFL or Premier League club in the professional 4 leagues of England, then you can come to this stadium and watch our match for free.
Yeah, and make sure you do get down here because it is a fantastic atmosphere. Always great club. They really look after you here. Really family feel to this club. As Matt Cooper did go off because he looks like he was injured in the process of that challenge, with Zach Garfi coming on to replace him.
Of course, Welwyn Garden City, our opponents on Tuesday night, are second place in the league at the moment. Only played 17 games and they haven't lost yet. An unbeaten side, one of 2 in the league still. So it'll be interesting to see whether Biggleswade United can strip that of them on Tuesday night. It should provide a very good game here at Second Meadow.
Yeah, well, and talk of the town is that they could go unbeaten for the season, but Biggleswade United will certainly have something to say about that, as Nick Elliott looks to launch an attack, playing Jaden Irish, who looks like he's offside, and he is. The linesman has held up his flag and given an offside decision, with 68 minutes played here. It's still 1-0 Biggleswade United against Wembley FC. If you're just joining us, it's been a fantastic game here at Second Meadow, with Kasserai on the ball, playing it inside, but Ricky Christie has won the ball and he's taking on all comers, and he's still on the ball, plays it back inside to Nick Elliott, who might look to shoot from it because he loves shoot from the edge of the D. No, he plays it out wide to Kane Farrell, who's taken down on the edge of the box. Is it a penalty? Is it a free kick? I can't quite see from it. No, it's a free kick, and the referee surely will be looking to book a Wembley FC player, because he has been card happy to the Biggleswade United players, but it looks as though he's going to let the player get away with a warning, as some of the Biggleswade United fans are not happy with the inconsistency of the referee's decision today. And Gareth Hunt is looking to take this free kick, who has a fantastic delivery on him, of course. He really does, and of course set up the first goal. Has an assist to his name today, which central midfielders always love. They almost love it more than scoring goals, don't they?
Oh, they do, and some players around Second Meadow have been likening him to that of James Ward-Prowse at Southampton, and he's currently got 2 goals in their game against Watford at the moment. They lead Watford 2-1 at Vicarage Road.
Thank you for that score update, and it is whipped in fiercely by Biggleswade United. Screams for a penalty, but the referee doesn't see anything wrong with that, as number 15 just come on the fresh legs of Zach Garfield, marauds forward, but is won back by Wembley FC, and it's out safely in from their point of view for a goal kick. And with 70 minutes gone, it remains to be seen whether Biggleswade United can hold on and record what would be a really fantastic victory, as Wembley FC are 2 places above them in the league and 2 points above them as well, so they would go above Wembley FC today should they hold out for the win, which Joe Gorman put them in front quite brilliantly, one must say, from his head into the very top right hand corner, as an offside decision is given against Adrian Dinham for Wembley FC.
Yeah, and I think it really would be good for the team's morale if they were to jump Wembley, because obviously there's 2 spots there already. They're currently sitting in 11th place. If they were to go up to that 9th spot, you know, it just gives them a little bit more hope that they're in a better position in that table, and hopefully it could spur on some feature performances, and as we said, against Welling on Tuesday.
Yeah, no, hopefully it would be a catalyst for the season, in the second half of the season, to really get up that table, and possibly we'll whisper it, but might even challenge for promotion. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, as Lee Bilcock clears another ball out of the stand into the farm next door, so we need another ball again.
Luckily the referee had them this half.
And exactly, of course the referee hasn't forgotten his balls this half, as the ball, we're just waiting for the ball to be retrieved, as the players, no, we've got another spare ball here, looking just to catch their breath. I've heard we've got 5 balls, that's still struggling to find even one, so I don't quite know what's happening there, as throw-in isn't the best, and it's given straight back to Biggleswade United, with Reece Voller looking to take this goal kick. And of course we'd like to thank our sponsors, Top 11, who have just commented on our YouTube channel. Come on Biggleswade United. I'm sure they, along with all of us here, want Biggleswade United to hold on for the win, and as previously said, it is a fantastic game. Of course myself and Elliot have both played it, spent hours on it. It's great fun managing your own team, seeing how you can do against the likes of comparing yourself against the likes of Mourinho, Guardiola, Wenger, all these top managers. Have you got what it takes to be a top manager? Download the game and find out, as Jaden Irish is looking to get the team back up the pitch with a throw-in, as Kane Farrell will take this throw-in. And there's something untoward with the stand, as it sounded like the whole stand was going to collapse, but I don't quite know what happened there. As the floodlights are on full beam now here at Second Meadow. And do you think that would affect the players at all, going from daylight, so bright sunlight, to dark with the floodlights? Affect their performance at all?
Obviously, it's a different nature of playing the game, and obviously better having the floodlights than not at all. So no, it's obviously for visibility purposes, and I'm sure every player would prefer to play in the natural sunlight of the afternoon, but you can't pick and choose. In this time of the year, it gets dark very quickly, and obviously we're 25 to 5 now, and it's already getting very dark, so it's a necessity here.
Yeah, and of course for all our Australian fans, it's summer where you are. We're all very, very jealous of you, as Christie looks to whip in a ball, but unfortunately doesn't find a Biggleswade United player, as Abraham Easy goes down in a heap, and then Gareth Hunt does likewise, and the referee does pull up and stop play this time, as Biggleswade United have a free kick deep into the Wembley FC half. Gareth Hunt, as mentioned already, with 1 assist to his name, looks to put in another brilliant ball, or perhaps go for the shot himself, which, I mean, this must be some 35 yards out, so to score from there would be quite a brilliant achievement. But of course he does have it in his locker, that wonderful wand of a right foot. No, it is whipped in towards Joe Gorman, who's already got 1 goal to his name, but unfortunately couldn't get on the end of that ball from Gareth Hunt, who will be the first to admit that isn't one of his best deliveries. And here is Frankie Atwell with the goal kick, and Gareth Hunt goal kicks the life out of it out the stadium. Here we have another replacement ball, must be the 5th or 6th of the day, as Motta looks to get Wembley FC back on the attack forward, as they look to get back into the game and stop this, what is becoming an away day hoodoo, as of course they haven't won in 7 away games. And here's Casaray, who unfortunately for Wembley FC has his shot blocked.
I'm not sure what was better there, the diagonal ball or the touch. He killed it there, didn't he, on a sixpence?
Killed it stone dead and gave himself the opportunity to get that shooting opposition. And the Wembley FC fans going mad on the away stand, saying that should be a free kick, and the referee has obliged, given Wembley FC a free kick.
Yeah, we approach the 77th minute now, 1-0 to Biggleswade United.
And of course 12 minutes left. Can Biggleswade United hold on? Let us know in the comments, what do you think the final score will be? As here is the captain Femi Gill, who looks to get a shot away, but it's one back, and here's Nick Elliott looking to storm forward and get Biggleswade United up the pitch, whose ball was slightly too strong for Jaden Irish, who will chase it anyway, as of course he chases all lost causes, as the goalkeeper for Wembley FC gives it straight back to Biggleswade United. Here's one back though for Wembley FC, and it's played forward now to the captain Yassim Femi Gill. Not the best ball to switch the play, although Casaray is making a great run forward. And here is the ever-present Zayad Sabti, who switches the play, and Kane Farrell has to do his job properly and defend here, because he got beaten quite easily, as there was a shot fired towards Reece Voller's goal, but it was blocked somewhere along the way, and it's a corner to Wembley FC, which Zayad Sabti is about to take.
Of course, as well as Top 11, our main club sponsor, we have other club sponsors which all help make this possible. And we have a lot of dreams as a club, and Top 11 really help us out to make these a possibility, and so do the other sponsors.
Sorry to interrupt you, but here's Femi Gill back on the ball, looking to get a shot away for Wembley FC. It's played back in towards number 9, Dinham, who looks again to get a shot away, but Biggleswade United have done well to clear it and play up towards Abraham Easy, who holds the ball up well and has got to keep his composure, which he has done because of course he's on a booking. Gareth Hunt plays it forward towards Ricky Christie, who looks to play it towards Jayden Irish but comes to nothing. Sorry Elliot, what were you saying?
Yeah, as I was saying, our other club sponsors like Extra Staff and Carter Recruitment, we've got Bedfordshire Chamber of Commerce, Innovation on Site, and of course UCFB, the university which myself, Matthew, Chris Clark and Cameron Hazard all attend. They provide a range of sports related business courses, and they give us opportunities like working here at Biggleswade to get industry experience, and it's really worth taking a look if you're interested in sports related careers.
Yeah, fantastic university, UCFB. You have guest speakers of the likes of Gareth Southgate and Nick Hewer, of course, on The Apprentice, which I'm sure many of you are fans of out here that are watching as well, and even people like Mark Clattenburg have come in. So it really is a fantastic university if you're into sports and football and get a degree at the same time. As number 15 Denzel Emmanuel plays it forward for Wembley FC, and his opposite number 15 for Biggleswade United, Zach Garfield, plays it forward towards Abraham Easy, who looks to take on his man. Has to be careful, not get too frustrated if he loses it. Brings down his man, but referee sees nothing untowards, and now he's fouled by the number 5, Calvin Osborne, and screams of it's got to be a yellow card. But again, the referee keeps cards in his pockets when it comes to Wembley FC. Some would say this is very inconsistent refereeing, but again, these are all qualified refs and they know better than all of us. So they clearly, if he doesn't think that was a yellow card, it clearly perhaps wasn't. As here is the wonderful Gareth Hunt looking to take another free kick for Biggleswade United, but no, I think there's a substitution
substitution going off.
About to come on.
Coming on is number 12, James Cooper.
And James Cooper's coming on for Ricky Christie, as you just heard. Putting a great shift today, Ricky Christie, hasn't he?
Really has stretched the floor today, yeah. He's run up and down. He's done his job. He really has done his job today. So I think he'll look back on today's performance happy.
Yeah, I think he will. He's really worked hard for the team. His unfortunately final product could have been better, and he'll be the first to admit that. But overall, great performance, and I'm sure himself and Christian Colas will be happy with his performance today. Will it be enough to keep him in the starting lineup for Tuesday night? That will remain to be seen, as James Cooper looks to get in the box and make an instant impact from this Gareth Hunt free kick, which is whipped in, and the keeper punches it away with some good length of distance. Played back to Abraham Easy, who's almost as a winger just for the time being, but again not the best quality of cross, and it's back to a Wembley FC goal kick. And here is Frankie Atwell looking to take this goal kick. With 83 minutes played now, Biggleswade United 1, Wembley FC 0, here at Second Meadow. I mean, some would say if they get a second goal, that really would be, in tennis terms, game, set and match. And of course the Australian Open starts on Monday, which I'm sure some of you watching at home would be watching. Got some huge tennis fans amongst our audience, I'm sure. But of course, British number 1 Andy Murray won't be contributing as a cross is fired across the Biggleswade United box, but unfortunately for Wembley FC comes to nothing, and it is a goal kick for Reece Voller.
And Andy Murray sure isn't a stranger to the club, Biggleswade United, as our director of football, Guillaume Balaguer, likes to take one of our shirts everywhere he goes with him in his day-to-day job as a sports journalist. And after doing an interview with Andy Murray a couple of months back, got himself a photo with Andy holding the shirt. So of course the awareness of this club is truly global, and players across all other sports like Andy Murray know of this club.
Yeah, well they do, and I'm sure if he is watching, we'd like to say, Andy Murray, get better soon, and we hope you recover from the hip surgery and get back to world #1 and winning Grand Slams. As Abraham Easy wins it high up the pitch and looks to get a ball into the box, and it's going to be a tap in for Nick Elliott, who's scored! Nick Elliott has got the important second goal for Biggleswade United, and that surely will see Biggleswade United get the 3 points and leapfrog Wembley FC in the table. Biggleswade United 2, Wembley FC 0.
Perfect performance tonight, it really is, getting that goal early on in the second half, keeping the clean sheet in the first half, keeping the clean sheet in the second half, getting that late one to secure the points. It's just, you couldn't ask for anything more. I'm sure Christian would be delighted.
Yeah, I mean, Christian Colas would always pick up on what could be done better. I mean, I wouldn't personally say it's been the perfect performance, but certainly been good enough, hopefully, to get the 3 points today, as it looks as though Wembley FC's away day hoodoo will continue, as Calvin Osborne is on the ball for Wembley FC, plays it inside. And now Motta is on the ball, switches the play to Jonathan Eiley, but no, it's cut out by Kane Farrell, and they really have got confidence running through their veins now, the Biggleswade United players. You can see that. Of course, it could have been such a different story with those two clear-cut chances for Wembley FC inside the opening 15 minutes. They weren't taken, and now they've been made to rue those missed opportunities. As Kane Farrell takes on his man and beats his man, and he's now in the box. He plays it across the box, but Osborne clears. Otherwise, it would have been a tap-in at the far post for Abraham Easy. And here's Gareth Hunt. No, he loses it out to Motta for Wembley FC. And here is Calvin Casseray for Wembley FC. Plays out to Osborne, slightly behind him, but he still manages to retrieve the ball. Goes inside Abraham Easy, a little bit too easily for Christian Colas's liking, as the ever-running Jaden Irish will chase this ball down, put pressure on the goalkeeper, as it's not the best touch from Denzel Emmanuel, but gets away with it, as Wembley FC have regained and still got possession, with Donald Castro Javier coming out from the back with the ball. And here is Emmanuel, and here's Osborne, plays it forward quite ambitiously, but has found a Wembley FC player, the substitute Uday Derkiva. Here's Sabti, back to Motta, screams of handball, but the referee sees nothing wrong and does not give the penalty, but it is a corner for Wembley FC.
Could have gone both ways there, I think. That was not the best of shouts, but you know, sometimes it's enough, and you've seen them given for less.
Yeah, definitely would fall into that category of you've seen them given, as the corner looks as though it will be taken by the designated Wembley FC corner taker, Zayad Sabti, who, if they do get one back now, would make the last couple of minutes a bit interesting. It's the 88 minutes played here. Biggleswade United 2, Wembley FC 0, as Gareth Hunt misses his kick, and Wembley FC have regained possession. Now have a throw-in with Jonathan Eiley on the ball, who plays it forward. And back to Jonathan Riley, who again will play it forward. But Wembley FC players taken down, and yep, the referee has blown for a free kick to the away side. And another petty spat is being broken out, as Nick Elliott, this time the one involved. Looks as though it's calmed down now, with a Biggleswade United player down in a heap.
You'd have hoped to see the yellow card been shown there, because one of the Wembley FC players gave Nick a bit of a shove there to the chest, and you know that sort of behaviour in this game isn't acceptable at any level, so you'd hope that referees would punish them for that, and it looks like his name is going down in the books, in fact.
Yeah, it looks as though Denzel Emmanuel has been booked, which is the second Wembley FC player to be booked, and of course we've had 4 Biggleswade United players booked, so 6 yellow cards in this game, which is quite a lot, which perhaps shows the aggressive nature of this game, as the free kick is taken short, which seems to have initially deceived the Biggleswade United players, as Kane Farrell was beaten slightly too easily, but makes up for it, looking as though Gareth Hunt, a combination of Gareth Hunt and Denzel Emmanuel, Gareth Hunt and Kane Farrell have won the ball back, and it's now the 90th minute, well into added time, into the first minute of added time for Biggleswade United v Wembley FC, which we don't know quite how many minutes there is for injuries and stoppages. We'll confirm that with you as soon as I get that information, but certainly has been a fantastic game of football to watch on the eye, as we've had attacks, incidents, controversial talking points for both sides, as Wembley FC look like they are beaten, with Calvin Osborne on the ball.
You really do struggle to see that Wembley FC could get anything from this game now. There's probably 1, maybe 2 minutes at the most left.
Yeah, exactly. It would take a remarkable collapse now from Biggleswade United for them to come away with anything other than 3 points, as looks as though Gareth Hunt is down again, which is not the first time he's been down today, so let's hope he's not injured long term, as Biggleswade United and Wembley FC will look to regain the start. We will look to get the play back underway. It's gone very quiet here at Second Meadow, with everyone hoping that one of their favourite players, Gareth Hunt, is in fact okay and hasn't got a serious injury. But it looks as though he's up to his feet and
United final substitution
may not be
going
able
off.
to carry on.
Hunt coming on is Carlos Correa Diaz.
And Gareth Hunt is unfortunately having to go off for the final couple of minutes, being replaced by Correa Diaz, and gone off to a wonderful ovation from the fans here at Second Meadow for his performance today. And even the opposing fans, Wembley FC, appreciate a play when they see one. They're even applauding Gareth Hunt's fantastic performance today. Anyway, now time for your man of the match, Elliot. Who would you give your man of the match to for today?
It's a tricky one today. It's been a good team performance all around. I think obviously you've got Joe Gorman with the only goal of the game, but you've also got the clean sheet to contend with. So I think considering that Joe has a big part in both of those, and the opening goal, sorry, there have been 2 goals in this game, I think for getting those goals started and keeping the clean sheet, it's got to be Joe today.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting choice for me. I personally give it to Gareth Hunt. I think he's been superb today. Unfortunately, I'd think he's been superb. Obviously, has been into the referee's notebook, perhaps unfairly, but Gareth Hunt, of course, put in that wonderful corner for the first goal, and really has been a little technician in that middle of the park for Christian Colas' side, and almost been the voice on the pitch that Christian Colas wants to implement his ideas.
Of course, the whole story isn't just told by the goals scored, and Jaden Irish has played a huge part in this performance today. He's held that ball up amazingly at the front of that attack, and he's brought everybody else into the game, and it's his efforts and his energy that makes this sort of performance and result possible. So I think Jaden's a serious shout as well.
Yeah, well, he is. You can make a case for all of them, and here is James Cooper on the ball, but no, it's back with Wembley FC, and their keeper Abraham Hazy has won it back. Zach Garfield has gone down in a heap now, been taken out, and the referee does blow for a free kick. And here's Nick Elliott looking to take it. Of course, designated free kick taker Gareth Hunt having to go off with that injury. So the responsibility now falls on the shoulders of the captain, Nick Elliott, as he looks to whip in a ball and get another third goal, which really would be the icing on the cake for this fantastic performance for Biggleswade United. Of course, coming into today, only won 1 in 5. So this really will be a real confidence booster for the Biggleswade United players. And the referee has blown the full-time whistle to wrap up today's proceedings.
Welling Garden City are our visitors. Thank you.
Yeah,
it's off 7:45.
As you just heard there, get yourself down here Tuesday night 7:45 for the visit of the unbeaten Welland Garden City. And the full-time result, Biggleswade United 2, Wembley FC 0. Cracking game. We're now going to get the thoughts of Elliot Brown on what was an amazing game on this January afternoon.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. Even before the goals came in, it was a great game to watch. One of the better goalless first halves I think we've seen this season. And Biggleswade did everything Christian would have wanted and more coming out. They were a threat going forward. They had more possession. They pushed Wembley into their sort of defensive third. And yeah, I really think Christian will be happy with today. As you said, no performance is perfect, but there's not a lot that he's going to have faults with. But obviously you've got to take learning sort of objectives into every training session, and he's going to keep that team working to be the best they can. But the most important thing is that we jump Wembley in the table, shoot up a couple of positions and take the 3 points from tonight.
Yeah, I have, and as you say, above Wembley now. Fantastic performance. I'm sure Christian Colas and all the players will be more than happy with their performance today. And we'd like to thank everyone again, including our main sponsor Top 11, and we'd like to thank you, the fans, for watching our YouTube stream today, and we'll see you again. Join us again on Tuesday night 7:45 for the visit of Welland Garden City. Have a great weekend.